All right. So today we're gonna try to use something called Quick Mask. Things changed since I used it the last time. Normally there is a easily accessible icon for the Quick Mask, but they changed it. And then there's also something called adjustable layer. So the one we did yesterday, remember the hue saturation? It's actually adjustment layer. So you are able to add different layers, adjust the color on that layer, and it is kind of acts like a filter. For instance, if you have an image, you put another glass on top of it. If this glass is colored red, your image appears red. So that layer is called a filter, okay? And then you can have as many filters, as many layers as you want. Each layer reflects a little change, and your image will look completely different. And you are able to disable those layers and bring back the original image. So if you guys can imagine what I'm talking about. Imagine a layer on top has another one which adjusted, another one which is adjusted. So a bunch of pile of layers. Now, how does it work in here? I uploaded an image on your Google Classroom. Okay, so please expand that image and then save it. And then this is the image I'm talking about. It's called long hair. So there's a girl, and I'll try to change the color of the hair. That's the purpose for today's assignment, okay? So what we're gonna do first is, let me introduce you. Let's do things. So you see there's two colors on palettes. So there's one in front, like there are two squares overlapping. There's one on in the front, and there's one on the back, right? Two squares on the left bottom corner. Can you guys see it? So can you please click on the front one and make it black? And then you're gonna click on the white one and on the back one and make it white. So these two colors are special when we use Quick Mask. So black and white colors are special. Okay, so for Quick Mask, guys, normally Sharina, we would have a Quick Mask icon on here. It was here, but they changed it. It's called virtual keys. We don't use that. So instead of that, we're gonna use a quick. They placed a Quick Mask under select. If you check under select, you're gonna see it. It is called Quick Mask mode. All right. You could turn it on and off by just using Q key on your keyboard. So look, how do I know if my mask is active? When you guys get the brush, okay, and then you have your black color. If you color it like this, it should be a different color. Means my Quick Mask is not active. So I'm gonna undo it, Control Z. Now I'm gonna click on Q. So what does Q do again? It activates the Quick Mask mode. You see this Q, letter Q? That's shortcut. So I'm gonna click on Q. When you color your image, it's red, means yes, my Quick Mask is active. Okay, that's how you know if your Quick Mask is. Another way to understand that it's on a Q mask is when you click on Q, you see the color of my layer changes. You see it becomes like a kind of red. So right now I'm on Quick Mask mode. Right now I'm not. So click on Q again. You see the change? It means it's on Quick Mask mode. Now, why black and white is so important? Because when you guys use white and black in a quick mode, it's kind of your brush is acting like a selection tool. So this is what I'm gonna do. Look, I'm gonna select part of her head. So you see, I'm coloring her head like this. And again, you can adjust the size of your brush from here. You see, you can make it bigger if you want, but not suggesting making too big, because the bigger, the less accurate your selection will be. So you see, what did I do? I colored her head. So you know what I did in reality? In reality, I selected her head. How do I know it? If you disable the Quick Mask, again, by pressing on Q, you see it's been selected. But here comes another problem, guys. Right now, I selected the whole image and then just excluded her head. So her head is not selected, but other parts of the image is. So to fix this, you have to do select and then inverse. If you guys select inverse, only her head will be selected. You see, now I'm able to cut it, Control X. So that's the beauty of quick masking. It is acting like a selection tool. So we need white and black in particularly. It's because black is selecting tool, okay, and then white, if you swap it to white, look, there's a little arrow, two-sided arrow in the left bottom corner of your palettes. You can erase that color, you see? So white is acting like an eraser. So black color is acting like a brush, painting brush, and then white is acting like an eraser. Does that make sense? So let's say you colored parts of her hair like this, okay, and then I just need to color the hair, and I need to exclude some parts of it. Now, instead of redoing it, I can swap the colors from black to white and then just erase it like this to fix it. All right. So let's do this. Let's select only the hair portion of her of the picture because we're changing color of the hair. So let's just accurately just make sure only hair is selected like this. You see? So you see, I'm trying to make sure only the hair is colored. You see, I'm using white now to erase unwanted parts of the hair. And then you see this portion, I kind of messed it up, so I need to fix it. So I'm going to swap back to black and then color it. If you guys zoom in, it will be more accurate, like this. So you see the hair, only hair is selected. I also need to make the size of my brush smaller and then deselect this portion because this is not a hair. This portion is a shoulder. Like this. Okay, I'm not gonna do it professional because we don't have time. It's to the best of our ability. So you see, I selected her hair right now. So what do we do next again? We're gonna disable the quick mask mode by pressing on letter Q. So you see, it's selected the whole image. Again, I need to select an inverse, right? Now only this portion is selected. At this point, while it's selected, now I want to add an adjustment layer. How do you do that? To add an adjustment layer, if you guys check this menu here, you see that little circle kind of cut into half. Half is white, half is black. That's called a new adjustment layer. So you want to click on there and then pick hue saturation, the one we did yesterday. Okay, you open the hue saturation and you see it's adding an extra layer. So when you guys make changes, it's going to affect the color of the hair. See, the color hair of the hair is changing. Okay. So you see the color is different. You can anytime disable this layer, bring it back to original color, and then enable the layer and then see the change of the hair color. Okay. So again, what do I get from, so what's the advantage of using adjustment layer? It allows me not to physically change the original image, but just add a layer on top of it. So I can look through that layer and see the change. So I'm not changing the original image. I'm preserving it, but I'm adding a layer and then seeing how the hair looks when we change the color. Okay, so what you're gonna do today is you're gonna submit 2 files on your Google Classroom. So it says, adjustment layer. Okay, so students submit 2 images with different hair color. Okay, so what we're gonna do is first, this is my image with this color, right? What you will do is you will export it. Let's say export it as PNG, and then you can name it hair color 1. Okay, hair color, long hair 1, let's say. Save it. Then you play with the hue saturation again. How do you change it? Just double click on the hue saturation. It opens the window, and then just adjust it to a different color like this. And save it again. File, export as PNG, change the name to hair along here 2. Now you have 2 files saved in your Google Drive. You attach those 2 images, and that's going to conclude your today's assignment. Is there any questions?